Hi, hi everybody. Okay, so welcome to Math 245, Discrete Mathematics. So let's first, I want to talk a little bit about the course and a little bit about discrete math itself. First of all, what is discrete math? Well, there's actually no such thing as discrete math. There's no topic or area of mathematics called discrete mathematics. So why do we make what is this course about in that case? Well, when you did calculus and you studied, let's say functions of real valued functions, for example, these functions, if you recall, were continuous functions, and you remember what continuous means. But sometimes you can have, let's say, just looking at integers. You know, integers are not continuous; they're not packed in like real numbers. They're little, like they're separate points. 1, 2, 3, -1, -2. So separate isolated points are called discrete. Um, and there's a lot of different times in math when we deal with properties, functions, who knows what, with things that are discrete. Like for example, if you talk about prime numbers, a prime number only makes sense when you're talking about individual integers. Numbers in general, are when you talk about divisibility of numbers, numbers being, what number goes into another number, that's only talking about discrete integers. You don't say does pi go into e, you say does 3 go into 12. That's discrete. If you talk about combinations of things, how many, if I have a drawer and I have, yeah, 10 yellow socks and 17 green socks, how many different ways, and I'm randomly picking out two socks, what's the probability? How many different ways can I pick out two socks such that I get a pair? Or how many different ways, what's the probability I'm going to get a pair? Things like that. But you're talking about a certain, you're not talking about 3.57 socks. You're talking about just three socks or two socks or whatever. As long as they're not Red Sox. I'm from New York, so we don't like the Red Sox. If you're from New York, by the way, it's mandatory to hate any team from Boston or Philadelphia or Miami. Well, I don't want to get into that. The list could be too long. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about our course. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And here we go. So anyway, so this is our course. Let's go to the important part. Let's look at the I'm looking in files here. We're going to be using two, not just one, but two textbooks. I put them in here under files. Theory of Numbers by Carmichael and Applied Discrete Structures. This here is a project, which I'm going to talk about also today, but we'll get to that later. I also put it into the announcements. If you look in the announcements section, here's textbook 1, which is about the theory of numbers, and it's attached. It's a free PDF. And then I also have textbook 2 is, again, applied discrete structures. Each of these textbooks are available as a free PDF. So there you go. You get two texts. So it's two textbooks for the price of none. A lot of times they advertise 2 for the price of 1. Well, this is 2 for the price of none. I like that. And let's as far as the textbook is concerned, they have fascinating topics. Now, we're not going to finish both textbooks. There's so many different areas and topics within discrete math. It's impossible to do all of them. And I really just want to do, we're going to do part of the first textbook and part of the second textbook. And that's going to, trust me, that's going to keep us quite busy. And let's look at let's take a look here. So first we have the evil homework. We're starting out from the Theory of Numbers book, the Carmichael book, and fundamental laws and notions, divisibility, the unit, blah blah blah. We have all these fun different things. We're just clicking on something at random. So here, this says in section 1.2, you're gonna have to do problem 1 and problem 2 in the textbook. How do you find it? It's right here in the textbook. Let me just show you how to find it. Theory of numbers right there. And here is Section 1.2. So section 1.2, and you get to the end of the section, and there you go. There's two problems right there. So that's problem one, and that's problem two, and that's going to be your homework. Alrighty, and let's go back to Canvas. And I have and for each in each section, I gave you the videos from my playlist that are relevant to this section. I also gave you in the home page, I gave you the general playlist. So here is all of the lectures for this course. If you click here, you get the playlist for all the lectures for this course. In addition to that, not in addition, but besides giving to you as one long giant list, I also broke up. So when you look at the homework, I just gave you a quick link to the section, the videos that address that section. So so you can go either way. You can look, but it's the same videos. So whether you click on this list here, you see all the videos. When you click over here, like we just did, like we just were here. Well, it's going really slow today. Sorry about that. So these are the same videos that were on that long list, but these are just the ones that are relevant to section 1.2. And that's the way it goes. And of course, you're going to, you know what? I think I'm going to do student view so you can see it as a student, because that's really how you're going to view it. You're going to view it as, because you're like students. So this is how it's going to look. And then, of course, you're going to go and you're going to do the problem, and you're going to start the assignment, upload it, blah blah blah. This is how students do these things. Going back to assignments here. Look at them. I'm flying. Okay. Oh, you have very different than I have it. Ew. That's interesting. You know something? I'm gonna pause this here because I just noticed. Okay, so these are all the evil homework assignments. Now we also have evil projects. Um, the evil projects, we have writing assignments, and we have these larger projects. And again, I'll have instructions on them. I wanted to talk a little bit about project 2. So let's get into that right now, because project 2 I wanted to mention right away because it involves another person, and you have to conduct an interview, and I want you to know about this right away because you're gonna have to find somebody to interview. You have to find a STEM person, and a STEM person, that could be somebody who is a student who's a STEM major. It could be someone who a STEM teacher or a professor. If you had a science teacher from high school, or if you have a whatever math or science or engineering teacher, professor in college, or whatever it is, or it could be someone who works in STEM. It could be an engineer. It could be someone in the medical profession. STEM is a very broad topic. And I want to really just understand what makes that person tick, why that person, STEM people, as you probably know, are different than normal human beings. They think differently, they process the world differently, and they get excited about different things, things that other people may or may not appreciate. So I want you to talk to them. Now, I gave a list of like just ideas. You don't, some people when they look at this list, they just read straight off the list, and in the interview, some people kind of, just take it as a, but I want you to understand, like, ask them why they, first of all, what do they do that makes them part of STEM? I mean, are they students? Are they working? What do they do? What's their job title? So forth. But also, why do they like STEM or whatever it is whatever it is that they do? Why they go into it? Or why are they going into it? What advice would you give someone who's going into STEM, and so on and so forth? Have you seen STEM change over the years? Would you do it again if you were starting all over again? Would you still go into STEM? And so on and so forth. You could write this up. You could write up the interview, about 3 to 5 pages, single spaced, or you could just do a video recording of the interview, and in that case, you don't have to write anything. All you have to do is just upload the video into Canvas, and you're good to go. Now, by the way, uploading a video into Canvas is a very difficult thing because Canvas can't handle that big of a file. So what you would do is you would upload the video into YouTube and then just put the YouTube link into Canvas, and I could see it. I could watch it that way. If you try to put a whole video into Canvas, Canvas will get indigestion. It doesn't have as can't handle big files the way YouTube can. And that was project two. And I just wanted to mention it to you because it's something that you're gonna have to. It's not just something you can do yourself. You have to find another person. It's not a difficult project, but it involves finding another person. So I want to give you advance notice. And let's see, going back. So that's the evil projects. And let's see, then we have the torture. So every Friday, we're gonna have an exam, and starting this Friday, the 6th, and I'll give you this. The exams are gonna start. We're gonna have. I'm gonna have I'll be proctored. We're gonna have. I'll be. The exams will be proctored in Miramar College. I'll send a separate email about this. They can be proctored in Miramar in the M building. That's the math building, and this is what's going to be covered on each exam. So the first exam is going to be from the number theory textbook. The second exam is from the number theory textbook. The third exam is going to be from the discrete structure textbook, and the final is going to be cumulative. So it's going to cover everything. Some of you who are very astute may have noticed that the homeworks are worth 3 points each, the projects are 10 points each, and the exams are 100 points each. And basically that's it. That's really it. Just do everything here, and you're going to be in great shape. You're going to do a fabulous job. Well, let me stop sharing. Well, that's how the course is going to operate. You're gonna just do all those homeworks. You're going to do now. Oh, one last thing that's super important. Every homework and every project has a due date on it, but it's not a shutdown deadline. It's not a hard deadline. In other words, if you submit a homework after the due date, or if you submit a project after the due date, Canvas will still accept it, and you will still get full credit for it. So think of the due dates for the homeworks and for the projects. Think of the due dates as a pacing guide. Um, and it kind of tells you where you should be and what you should be doing each week and each day, and what you should be up to. Uh, but again, if something is submitted late, you don't have to send me these panic. A lot of times, students will send me these panicky emails. Oh, I didn't get it on time. Don't worry about it. I can't. We are limited because the course ends, January 28th, and after that, everything shuts down. So I can't extend, I can't extend things past the end of the course. But and this is a very quick course, as you've noticed. So that's the way it is. Now, of course, in exams, I don't have exactly the same flexibility, but you just come in every Friday, take an exam, and that would work. Anyway, if you have any questions, I gave you my cell phone. It's up in the homepage, and you can email me, text me, call me, anything you like. I am an actual human being, and I'll be watching and monitoring and being in touch with you guys throughout everything, and we'll be seeing each other every week. So that's it, folks. It's been loads of fun, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.